Apple and Samsung fined for deliberately slowing down phones.
Here's a summary of the article.
Apple and Samsung are being fined €10 million and €5 million respectively in Italy for the planned obsolescence of their smartphones. Believed to be the first ruling of its kind against smartphone manufacturers, the investigation followed accusations operating system updates for older phones slowed them down, thereby encouraging the purchase of new phones. In a statement, the antitrust watchdog said Apple and Samsung implemented dishonest commercial practices and that operating system updates caused serious malfunctions and significantly reduced performance, thus accelerating phones substitution. Apple was fined an additional €5 million for failing to give customers clear information about essential characteristics of lithium batteries, including their average life expectancy, how to maintain them or eventually replace them in the firm's iPhones. Apple acknowledged in December that it had intentionally slowed iPhones with degraded batteries through software updates to avoid sudden shutdown problems, but denied it had ever done anything to intentionally shorten the life of a product. Samsung's software updates for its phones have not previously been questioned. A Samsung spokesperson said the company was disappointed by the decision and intends to appeal the fine. Samsung did not issue any software update that reduced the Galaxy Note 5's performance. In contrast, Samsung has always released software updates enabling our customers to have the best experience possible.
This post received a score of 31,534, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Both firms were issued the maximum fine. Why the hell is there a maximum on the size of fines? What purpose could that possibly serve except to make them irrelevant to those who are rich enough?
Believe you just answered your own question.
We the 99% are just the puppets in this old world.
But the proles, if only they could somehow become conscious of their own strength, would have no need to conspire. They needed only to rise up and shake themselves like a horse shaking off flies. If they chose, they could blow the party to pieces tomorrow morning. Surely sooner or later it must occur to them to do it? And yet.
This is 2018, not 1984.
Lol, 5 and €10 million fine for a $1 trillion company. Clown face, clown face, clown face.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's cheaper than Apple's company-wide monthly coffee budget.
It's a bribe. They make Burgillions, making people believe that a 1.5-year-old phone should be a hunk of shit in the 21st century. Just like governments taking a blood tax to try to prop up the insane healthcare detriment of letting tobacco manufacturers sell their shit, big tech is not producing in a sustainable model, and this consumerist ideology won't work when there's only bones of this world remaining.
Greater than just like governments taking a blood tax to try to prop up the insane healthcare detriment of letting tobacco manufacturers sell their shit. I get your point. But there was actually a Czech study that proved that it would save their society money if more people smoked because the cost of cancer treatment was cheaper than paying the extra years of pensions to non-smokers, which was pretty funny.
That sounds like it would only be true outside of America. Our healthcare costs are second to none.
So that'll be $20 for the alcohol to clean the scrape, $50 for the Band-Aid, and $1,800 for the doctor's 15 minutes. You have insurance, right?
Fell on my skateboard, $800 with insurance just for stitches. I didn't even see a doctor. And my jaw was clicking when I opened it. Maybe it was broken, and I was like, nah, that's gonna be too expensive, let that shit heal on its own.
I've broken fingers and not gone in because I'd knew the expense of it wouldn't be worth it.
LMAO, the US classic.
But my freedom.
I've had a Samsung Galaxy Nexus as a backup phone for about 8 years. I use it as an alarm clock. I keep it in airplane mode so the battery lasts, so I'd usually get about 12 days before it died. I turned on Wi-Fi and allowed the phone to update. After it did, my battery life went down to about 2 to 3 days under the same conditions. Edit, iFactory reset the phone and the battery life went back up to 12 plus days.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to Speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.